Dubai, a city that just half a century ago was a modest fishing settlement on the desert shores of the Persian Gulf, has undergone a transformation unlike anything the world has ever seen. From sand and sea have risen skyscrapers that touch the heavens, artificial islands shaped like palm trees in world maps, and infrastructure that seems ahead of its time. This is home to the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, and the Dubai Mall, a colossal shopping center that draws crowds from every corner of the globe. Dubai has become a symbol of luxury, a place where everything is bigger, better, and more extravagant. But behind this gleaming facade of modernism lies a story with a much darker hue. Over the past few decades, this city has transformed not only into a tourist and financial powerhouse, but also into a safe haven for criminals from around the world. From mafiosos and drug traffickers to corrupt oligarchs and fugitives from justice. How did Dubai, once dependent on pearl diving and the spice trade, become a refuge for those operating outside the law? The key lies in the state's policies, which deliberately created conditions conducive to an influx of capital, regardless of its origins. The absence of income taxes is one of the pillars of this strategy. In Dubai, there's no tax authority asking where the millions invested in skyscrapers or luxury estates come from. Criminals can set up companies, conduct business, and purchase properties without worrying about tax investigations or having to explain their past. Moreover, the city offers foreigners unprecedented ease of operation. Procedures for obtaining residency visas or business permits are simplified to the minimum. All of this makes Dubai attractive not only to legitimate entrepreneurs, but also to those with more on their conscience than they'd care to admit. Unlike Western countries, where law enforcement actively pursues criminals and international cooperation enables effective action against organized crime, the United Arab Emirates, with Dubai at the forefront, have taken a different path. Here, the priority is growth and prosperity, not necessarily prosecuting those who bring their fortunes to the city, even if those fortunes are the fruits of illegal activities. Local authorities rarely take action against international criminals, and stories of successful operations against them are almost anecdotal. As a result, Dubai has become a place where a criminal can breathe a sigh of relief. The city's borders mark a fresh start, free from the fear of imprisonment. Dubai's geographic location, at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, has made it a key point on the trade map for centuries. Today, that strategic position has taken on new significance. The city has become a global financial hub that attracts not only legitimate business, but also those who see it as an ideal place to conduct shady dealings. International law enforcement agencies, like Interpol or Europol, have limited room to maneuver here, allowing criminals to operate without fear of capture. Dubai offers more than just business opportunities. It's a lifestyle that has become the hallmark of the modern criminal. Luxury hotels overlooking the Persian Gulf, private villas on artificial islands, yachts docked in exclusive marinas, and supercars worth millions of dollars. All of this paints a picture of a lavish life that allows one to evade accountability for past deeds. Dubai's real estate market plays a pivotal role in this scheme. The city has transformed into a global hub where illicit profits are converted into apartments with views of the Burj Al Arab, penthouses and skyscrapers, and sprawling estates on Palm Jumeirah. In 2022, the international investigation Dubai Unlocked, conducted in collaboration with over 74 newsrooms from 58 countries, revealed the scale of this phenomenon. Journalists uncovered data showing that criminals from around the world, from Russian oligarchs to South American drug lords, are heavily investing in Dubai's real estate, raising questions about the transparency and legality of the market. One example is Raffaele Imperiale, an Italian mafioso linked to the Neapolitan Camorra, who hid in Dubai for years, taking advantage of its welcoming atmosphere for people like him. After his arrest in 2021, he handed over an artificial island off the UAE coast to Italian authorities in exchange for a reduced sentence. His story became a symbol of how deeply crime has infiltrated the city. Another high-profile case is Daniel Kinahan, an Irish mafia boss specializing in drug and arms trafficking. After becoming a target of international law enforcement, Kinahan moved to Dubai, where he not only invested millions in luxury properties, but also built an extensive network of contacts with other criminals operating in the region. This allowed him to continue his operations in near-total secrecy, benefiting from Dubai's reluctance to cooperate with foreign authorities on extradition matters. Known for his brutality and influence in the criminal underworld, Kinahan is just one of many examples of how the city has become a safe haven for those seeking to live beyond the reach of the law. Dubai attracts not only mafiosos, but also individuals tied to authoritarian regimes, including those in Vladimir Putin's circle. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 and the imposition of Western sanctions on Russian oligarchs, many found refuge for their fortunes in Dubai. Dmitry Rybolovlev, a billionaire known for financial controversies and record-breaking art purchases, is one of those who invested in Dubai real estate. Similarly, Ruslan Baysarov, a businessman closely linked to Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov, found a safe haven for his capital in the city. Dubai's policy of not requiring detailed explanations of fund origins allows such individuals to hide their wealth from confiscation and maintain anonymity in the shadow of skyscrapers. Dubai's history as a haven for Russian elites didn't begin in 2022, however. The city had already been drawing businessmen and officials connected to the Kremlin, seeking a place to invest profits from corruption or illegal dealings. After the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991, Dubai became one of the destinations where Russian capital, often of dubious origin, sought a new home. This trend intensified in the 21st century, with sanctions following the annexation of Crimea in 2014 and the war in Ukraine further turning oligarchs' attention to the Emirates. Interestingly, despite the influx of criminals and controversial figures, Dubai remains one of the safest places in the world in terms of street crime. The authorities maintain ironclad control over public order, offering residents and tourists living conditions that contrast with the chaos of many other metropolises. This paradox fascinates observers. On one hand, the city is a paradise for international criminals. On the other, it ensures stability and safety in everyday life, only enhancing its appeal. For decades, Dubai avoided close cooperation with international law enforcement, solidifying its status as a criminal haven. The lack of extradition agreements with many countries meant that individuals wanted by international warrants could live here without fear of deportation. While the UAE has signed some cooperation agreements in recent years, its approach to extradition remains highly selective. As Professor Jody Vittori from Georgetown University notes, the Emirates are a black hole for law enforcement. Unclear criteria determine which requests are considered and which are discarded. Interpol and other organizations regularly face obstacles here, making Dubai a place where international law loses its power. In 2022, the Financial Action Task Force added the United Arab Emirates to its gray list of high-risk countries for money laundering, and the European Parliament designated it a high-risk state. These decisions were the result of years of observations showing that Dubai had become a key link in the global network of financial crime. Tom Keating from an institute focused on defense and security emphasizes that the city has long been a haven for those with large sums of money of unknown origin. As mentioned earlier, their regulations don't require explanations, and since 2022, owning property worth over $500,000 is enough to secure a long-term visa. Combined with no property sales taxes and a booming housing market, this makes Dubai a magnet for those looking to hide their assets. Dubai is more than just the financial capital of the Middle East. It's a space where luxury and crime intertwine in a way that inspires both admiration and criticism. For many international criminals, it's a dream destination, a place offering anonymity, safety, and the chance to live in opulence without fear of consequences. The Dubai Unlocked investigation shed light on the scale of this issue, revealing how criminals exploit Dubai to conceal wealth and evade justice. It also uncovered the identities of many property owners who would prefer to remain in the shadows. Dubai's history as a criminal paradise is rooted in its rapid development. After the discovery of oil in the 1960s, the Emirates began building their power, but it was the vision of Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum and later his son Sheikh Mohammed that made Dubai a global player. Investigations have shown that Dubai's banks and companies were used to clean money from drug trafficking, arms dealing, and corruption, further confirming the dark side of this success. Dubai remains a city of contrasts. On one hand, It shines as a symbol of modernity and progress. On the other, it hides the secrets of international crime that cast a shadow over its achievements. Its deep ties to mafias, oligarchs, and illicit dealings pose a challenge that the authorities are attempting to address with new regulations and international cooperation. Yet for many observers, it's clear that what we see is just the tip of the iceberg, a story still waiting to be fully uncovered. If you want to dive into the world of European crime, be sure to subscribe to our channel and immerse yourself in a realm full of mafias, scams, and dark scandals. From ruthless gang wars to the shady dealings of the elite, we uncover all the secrets with no taboos. Click subscribe and join the crew that isn't afraid to look where others fear to tread.